Sir, we are now live, sir.
Hari Om, Hari Om. Namaste to all. Prostrating at the lotus feet of Brahmanishta Shrotriya Sadguru Swami Virajeshwara Saraswati and the entire Guru Parampara on behalf of all of us. Today's discourse on the Viveka Chudamani will continue. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shri Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakrito Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranadosmiham Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya Hari Om. Last time we had stopped at shloka number 443 in this book, which I am referring, by Swami Adidevananda on Viveka Chudamani. We had stopped at 443. And from the verse number 444, today's discourse will continue. As last time, there was just a sort of a small beginning I had made about the very important Vedantic word, often not understood properly by common men, normal people, worldly people. Always there is a confusion in the minds of most of the worldly people, most of the common people, irrespective of their education, whether literate or illiterate, whatever it is. See, about this one important word, the concept of prarabdha. So I thought, let me make it little more clear before we start into the actual exposition of the verses by Sri Shankara Bhagavatpada. In the next set of verses, he is dealing extensively with this concept of prarabdha. ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ಕೆಲವು ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಬಹಳ ವಿಶದವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಶ್ಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುವ ಮೊದಲು ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇದೆ. ಬಹಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋರ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಕೆಲವು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕರ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತದ ನಿಯಮಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಒಂದು ಜೀವಿ ತನ್ನ ಆಯುಷ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕಿರುವಾಗ ಮರಣ ಹೊಂದುವ ತನಕ ಮಾಡತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು, ಶುಭ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು, ಅಶುಭ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು, ಶುಭಾಶುಭ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಅಂತ, ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ಫಲಗಳು ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಕರ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತದ ನಿಯಮ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕರ್ಮ ತನ್ನ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಕೊಡದೆ ಅದು ಸಮಾಪ್ತಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ವೇದಾಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅನೇಕ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಿಂದ ಮಾನವ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲೇ ಜನಿಸಿ ಮರಣಿಸಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮ ಹೊಂದಿ ಮರಣ ಹೊಂದಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವಿಧವಾದ ಸಾವಿರಾರು ರೀತಿಯ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಆ ಒಂದು ಮೂಟೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ವೇದಾಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಂದಿನ ನೂರಾರು ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ರಾಶಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು. ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮ. So if we start with the word prarabdha according to the law of karma or karma siddhanta, according to the principle of karma, there is now one important word called sanchita karma. What is this sanchita karma? Sanchita means accumulate. Like the money in our fixed deposit. The more you add and enhance it, So the deposit amount goes on increasing in our account. So it is like the money in our account, which is ever increasing. So that is sanchita karma. All that we have done in the previous hundreds and hundreds of previous births, all the actions we have done, good or bad, they have their own results, rewards they will provide, and we have to accept the results of karmas we have performed. If I have performed good karma, there will be good rewards, good results, good fruits. If I have done bad karmas, then I have to accept the bad results or bad punishments as a result of law of karma. So all that is acquired in our lifetime, in this birth, we are carrying a full baggage of previous karmas completely loaded. That is called sanchita. So sanchita refers to all the karmas which have not yet yielded the result. We are carrying now in this birth. That is sanchita. Is a baggage we are carrying. Invisible baggage we are carrying. ಸಂಚಿತ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮರಾಶಿ, ಅಗಾಧವಾದ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮಗಳ ಕರ್ಮರಾಶಿ ಮೂಟೆ ಏನಿದೆ, ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಮೂಟೆ, ಕೂಡಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಮೂಟೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತದ ನಿಯಮಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ, ಅಗೋಚರವಾದ ಕರಾರುವಾಕ್ಕಾದ ನಿಯಮಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮರಣ ಹೊಂದೋ ತನಕ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಯಾವ ಜನ್ಮದ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಆತ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭವಿಸಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿರ್ಧಾರಿತ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಕೆಲವು ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಆತನಿಗೆ ಫಲಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತವೆ. ಶುಭ ಅಶುಭ ಫಲಗಳು, ಶುಭ ಫಲಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಅಶುಭ ಫಲಗಳು. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಮೂಟೆಯ ರಾಶಿಯಿಂದ ಕೆಲವು ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಈ ಜನ್ಮ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಆ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು. ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹಿಂದೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಅನುಭವಿಸುವುದು. ಇದು ಕರ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತದ ನಿಯಮಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಡೆಯುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಭಗವತ್ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪದ ಹಾಗೆ. ಇದು ಅಗೋಚರವಾದ ನಿಯಮ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಇದರ ತುದಿ ಬುಡ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕರ್ಮ ರಹಸ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಕ್ರೂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ baggage of karmas. Now, if a person is born, the moment he is born till he dies, as per the law of karma, it will be decided which of the karmas he did in the previous births, they should yield good or bad results now in this birth. That is according to law of karma. That is Bhagavad Sankalpa. That is karma niyama or karma siddhanta. It is immutable and nobody knows the details. How many karmas of my previous births are, they will appear now, and we have to face the music in this birth, the fruits we have to eat in this birth. Nobody knows. So all that, the pain and pleasure, the enjoyment and suffering, the good and bad circumstances, favorable, unfavorable conditions I passed through in this birth till death, that is the sum total of prarabdha. So prarabdha means this birth, this specific birth has resulted so that I should face the music of what I did in the previous births. Whatever good and bad I have done, a part of it is taken out specifically for this birth. That is decided by the law of karma. That is Ishwariya Siddhanta. That is Bhagavad Sankalpa. That is Karma Siddhanta. That is law of karma. Nobody knows. Nobody can explain. So, Prarabdha means now The moment I am born, till the death takes over this body, Sharira, all that is happening at the mental plane, psychological plane, at the physical plane, the interactions with the world, the experiences I am getting in the world, the good and the bad experiences, what I am facing, the pain and pleasures I am experiencing, everything is due to the prarabdha karma. This is immutable. Nobody can change it. So prarabdha means this birth is there to experience the fruits of what I did in the previous birth, hundreds and hundreds of births. So this is prarabdha. Prarabdha refers to this birth. Prarabdha means this birth has occurred to experience the effects, the results of what I did in the previous births. Now, ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಶಬ್ದ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎರಡು ಭಾಗ. ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಗತಿ ಎರಡು ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ. ಯಾವುದು? ಆರಬ್ಧ ಮತ್ತು ಅನಾರಬ್ಧ. ಆರಬ್ಧ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಫಲಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕರ್ಮಗತಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮಗಳ ಕೆಲವು ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲ ಈಗ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಆರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲ. ಅನಾರಬ್ಧ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮರಣ ಹೊಂದುವ ತನಕ ಮುಂದೆ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಬೇಕಾದ ಕೆಲವು ಕರ್ಮಫಲಗಳು, ಅದು ಅನಾರಬ್ಧ, ಇನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಫಲ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿರುವ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಮೂಟೆಗೆ ಆರಬ್ಧ. ಇನ್ನೂ ನಮಗೆ ಫಲ ಕೊಡಲು ಆರಂಭ ಆಗದೇ ಇರೋ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಗತಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅನಾರಬ್ಧ. ಈ ಎರಡು ಶಬ್ದಗಳು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ಸ್ ಟೂ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್, arabdha karma and anarabdha karma. What is arabdha karma? Arabdha means such of the karmas or activities which I have done in the previous births, they have already started yielding their fruits, good or bad. They have already started yielding their fruits. Now, for example, if I am a 30-year-old person, so from the age birth to 30 years of my age, whatever I have faced, good and bad situations, whatever I have experienced, health-wise, finance-wise, education-wise, family-wise, family relation-wise, whatever it is, personal level, society level, at the friends level, colleagues level, all that what I have experienced, that comes under arabdha. Some of the karmas which I have done in the previous birth, they have to yield their fruits now, but they have not yet begun. Maybe at the age of 40, at the age of 35, at the age of 45, at the age of 50, at the age of 60, or at the age of 70, like that, till death devours the body. Some of the karmas which I am going to experience their effects in this birth, at a later stage, they come under anarabdha. They have not yet begun to yield the fruits. They have not yet started to give the results. So these are the words. Arabdha refers to all that I am going to experience in this birth. From sanchita karma. Sanchita is all that I have done in the previous births, hundreds and hundreds of births. They are all stored in the baggage of karma. So it's called sanchita, accumulated. The accumulated karma baggage, what we are carrying and will carry forward to the next birth also, that is called sanchita. Now there is one more word we have to remember. Agami karma. Agami karma or kriyamana karma. Kriyamana or agami karma. What is this? That means these are the actions which I perform now in this birth. These are the karmas which I perform afresh now in this birth, which have to result, which have to yield their fruits to me. If I do good things, I will get good rewards. If I do bad things, I will get bad rewards. So whatever good and bad I am going to do afresh in this birth, now onwards, they constitute kriyamana, agami karma. So in this agami karmas, kriyamana karmas, which I perform now afresh, the effect I have to face, the fruits I have to eat. Whatever I do in this birth, there is a reward for me. So most of it may be in this birth only. I have to face the reward. If I am doing very good deeds from the childhood, ever since intelligence has awakened, if I am doing a lot of good works, if I am doing a lot of good deeds, most of the effects of the good deeds I will experience as a reward in this birth only, in the later ages, till I die. If I have done a lot of bad deeds, ashubha karma, dushkarma, now itself in this birth, afresh, then I have to face the music for the evil karmas I have done in this birth only, most of it. But some of the effects of the karmas, what I do in this birth, are stored as sanchita karma, they are carried forward. In the baggage of karma, they are stored at an appropriate time, at an appropriate future birth. They become active. Now they become dormant. They become active and yield the fruits. So sanchita is nothing but whatever I have done in a dormant condition, dormant seed-like condition. They are latent, they are hidden in my entity, in my baggage. So these are some of the words. I hope I'm making it somewhat little more clear. ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಿಗೂ ಫಲ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಫಲಗಳನ್ನು ಇದೇ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಅದು ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮದ ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭವಿಷ್ಯತ್ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭವಿಸುವಂತ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಕರ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಅದು ನಡೆಯಲ್ಪಡುವುದು. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹೊಸ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಕ್ರಿಯಮಾಣ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಅಥವಾ ಆಗಾಮಿ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು. Now with this background, I think we'll start with this. What Acharya now starts with verse number 444, 444. Nididhyasana shilasya bahya pratyaya ikshate braviti shutiretasya prarabdham paladarshana. Nididhyasanashilasya bahya pratyaya ikshate braviti shutiretasya prarabdham paladarshana. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಮಾಧಿ ನಿಷ್ಠನಾದಂತಹ ಧ್ಯಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನಿಗೆ ಸಮಾಧಿಯಿಂದ ಹೊರ ಬಂದಾಗ ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಅರಿವು ಉಂಟಾಗುತ್ತದೆ, ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಉಂಟಾಗುತ್ತದೆ, ಆತನ ಶರೀರಾಭಿಮಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆಯೂ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಉಂಟಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆತ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಆತ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮ ಇದೆ ಎಂದು ಶ್ರುತಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತದೆ. ಶ್ರುತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಉಪನಿಷತ್. ಬ್ರವೀತಿ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಏತಸ್ಯ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧಂ ಫಲದರ್ಶನ. ಆತ ತನ್ನ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಮತ್ತು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಅಥವಾ ಶುಭ ಅಶುಭ ಫಲಗಳನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆತನಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ತುಗಳು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ನಿಧಿಧ್ಯಾಸನಶೀಲನಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗೆ, ಮುನಿ, ಉತ್ತಮ ಜಿಜ್ಞಾಸು. ಸೊ ನಿಧಿಧ್ಯಾಸನಶೀಲಸ್ಯ ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಯ ಈಕ್ಷತೆ ಬ್ರವೀತಿ ಶ್ರುತಿ ಏತಸ್ಯ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧಂ ಫಲದರ್ಶನ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ what Acharya means. For the Uttama Adhikari, for the highest spiritual aspirant who is well qualified with Shravana and Manana under the tutelage of a Brahmajnani Guru, listening to him, understanding and reflecting and reasoning, if he is constantly doing meditation, if he is in the habit of doing meditation all the time, regularly, Acharya calls such a elevated soul as Nididhyasana Sheela. He is always doing meditation as per his Guru's advice. So, such a person who is practicing meditation, still intermittently, when he comes out of the meditation, he will be experiencing the worldly knowledge. He will be experiencing the pains and pleasures of his own body. Why? Because his Sharirabhimana is still there. His attachment to the body is still there. His ego is still there. Ahankara is still there. Me and mine concept is still there. Aham bhava and mamakara still there. So as long as this Sharira Abhimana is still there, attachment to the body-mind complex, I am so and so, still there, he is experiencing pains and pleasures according to his prarabdha, according to what he has done in the previous birth. So whatever he has done in the previous birth, the fruits of that, good or bad, he is experiencing. Even though he is an elevated soul, he is constantly doing meditation. So what happens here? Nididhyasanashilasya bahya pratyaya ikshyate braviti shruti etasya prarabdham phaladarshana. So Acharya says, Upanishads declare that due to attachment to the body, due to his identification with the upadhi, that is the gross body, and the mind complex, antakarana, that is subtle body, he is experiencing the pains and pleasures. That is because of prarabdha, due to the attachment. So the Shrutis say, declare that such a person is having prarabdha. Acharya says. Now the same thing, while explaining the commentary on this shloka, Chandrasekhar Bharati Mahaswamigal, after saying this, he introduces another point. He introduces another point. What is that? The other way also, Mahaswami writes, the other way also, there is second interpretation. Nididhyasanashilasya bahya pratyaya ikshyate means, even though he is endowed with constant deep meditation by the grace of Sadguru, he may end up in savikalpa samadhi also. With a one-pointed deeper and deeper levels of meditation which he is undergoing regularly, he will enter into savikalpa samadhi where triputi nasha has not yet occurred. Savikalpa samadhi means he enters into a samadhi state where totally he is oblivious of the external world, the sense objects, but still that feeling of I-ness is there. That feeling of me concept is there. Though he is visualizing the deity or Brahma Padartha in his deeper caves of the heart during meditation, still that Sharira Bhava is there. So it's called Savikalpa Samadhi. Long back, Acharya has extensively told about these things, Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa, in the earlier shlokas in Viveka Chudamani. So Sri Chandrasekhar Bharati Maharaj takes up that point here. He says, even if a person with a deeper meditative aspects, even if he is in Savikalpa Samadhi, still that point, that body attachment is still there. And Mahaswami further writes here as a commentary on this sloka. He says, previously, Acharya Shankara Bhagavatpada, in one of the earlier verses, he states very clearly that Shrute Shatagunam Vidyat Mananam Mananadapi Nididhyasam Laksha Gunam Anantam Nirvikalpakam. Mahaswami writes that Acharya has said earlier, Shrute Shatagunam Vidyat Mananam Mananadapi Nididhyasam Laksha Gunam Anantam Nirvikalpakam. Mahaswami writes on this sloka, given by Acharya himself in the Viveka Chudamani. Reflection, contemplation, thinking repeatedly is 100 times superior than Shavana, listening from Sadguru, the Upadesha. Reflecting on the Upadesha is superior to simply listening. Similarly, meditation there means Savikalpa. Savikalpa Samadhi, meditation, deeper meditation, 100,000 times superior to reflection, manana. Whereas Nirvikalpa Samadhi is infinitely superior than everything else. So Mahaswami writes, as long as Acharya has made it very clear, even in the deeper levels of meditation, until the aspirant reaches the state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the body-mind complex attachment is still there, persisting subtly in the mind. The ego is still persisting in the mind. So he will be experiencing pains and pleasures due to prarabdha. So there is a point Mahaswami makes it very clear here. And then Mahaswami continues to write his commentary on this shloka itself. Mahaswami says, in a Chandogya Upanishad, there is a Mahavakya, a mantra or a vachana. Chandogya Upanishad says, Nahavai Sasharirasya Priya Priyor Apahatirasti Nahavai Sasharirasya Priya Priyor Vai Apahitarasti Apahatirasti. That means, Mahaswami says, cessation of pleasant and unpleasant, painful experiences. To him who is with the body attachment or body consciousness, always will not occur. When compared to direct experience of Brahma Sakshatkara, hence, till realization dawns in experience of Priya and Apriya, pain and pleasure is always felt by the body-mind complex of an aspirant. That's what Chandogya says. That's what Mahaswami writes here. This is because of the superimposition, adhyasa, thinking that I am the body. So that Sharirabhaman is still there. So the attachment to the body is still there. That is why pains and pleasures are experienced by the aspirant. That is why The famous another Vachana of Chandogya Upanishad, Mahaswami writes here. There is a very famous Vachana of the quote in Vedanta itself. In Chandogya, Tasya tavadeva chiram yavanna vimokshye atha sampatsye. Tasya tavadeva chiram yavanna vimokshe atha sampatsye. This is Chandogya Mahamantra. Tasya tavadeva chiram yavanna vimokshe atha sampatsye. That means for him there is a delay only so long as he is not delivered from this body-mind complex attachment. So long as not delivered from this body attachment, there is a delay. Once he comes out of the body attachment, body-mind attachment, once he comes out of the sharirabhimana, that means as long as ego, ahankara persists, there is a delay. He will be subjected to pains and pleasures. He will experience pains and pleasures. He will experience the effect of good things and bad things which he did in the previous births. Once ahankara nasha occurs, when once the ego completely is destroyed, the mithya aham is destroyed, then he will become one with Brahman. So only once he is realized, then the prarabdha will go away. So the points are very clear in this exposition of Mahaswami. Chandrasekhara Bharati Mahaswamigala ಈ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧದ ಅನುಭವ ಒಬ್ಬ ಉತ್ತಮ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಜಿಜ್ಞಾಸು ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಉನ್ನತ ಜೀವಿಗೂ ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ಆ ಅನುಭವ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಶ್ರುತಿ ಹೇಳೋ ಮಾತಿಗೆ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಉಪನಿಷತ್ ವಚನ. ಇದನ್ನು ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ತಸ್ಯ ತಾವದೇವ ಚಿರಂ ಯಾವನ್ನ ವಿಮೋಕ್ಷೆ ಅಥ ಸಂಪತಸ್ಯೆ ಅಂತ ಛಾಂದೋಗ್ಯ ಹೇಳುದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಆತನಿಗೆ ಮೋಕ್ಷ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ವೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ವಿಳಂಬ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಅದು ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅರ್ಥ. ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಚನವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಹಾಗೆ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರದ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಸೂತ್ರ ಬರುವುದು, ಭೋಗೇನ ತ್ಯುತರೆ ಕ್ಷಪಯಿತ ಸಂಪದಸ್ಯೆ ಸಂಪದ್ಯತೆ. ಭೋಗೇನ ತ್ಯುತರೆ ಕ್ಷಪಯಿತ ಸಂಪದ್ಯತೆ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರ ವಚನ. ಇದರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಯಾವ ಕರ್ಮ ಗತಿ ತನ್ನ ಫಲ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿದೆಯೋ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ, ಅದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕರ್ಮಗತಿ ಇರಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅಶುಭ ಕರ್ಮಗತಿ ಇರಲಿ, ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು, ಅದು ಫಲ ಕೊಡದೆ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರ ಫಲವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ಶುಭಾಶುಭ ಫಲಗಳನ್ನ ಅನುಭವಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆ ಕರ್ಮ ಗತಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಮುಕ್ತಾಯ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರ ಹೇಳೋ ಮಾತು. So what Brahmasutra says according to Mahaswami here, Bhogena Tvitere Kshapayitva Sampadyate. So only after experiencing completely the good and bad effects of the karma, what he has done previous birth, only after fully experiencing the effects, good and bad, they will vanish. Then only he will become one with Brahman. Bhogena tvitare kshapayitva sampadyate. That means ultimately all these points Mahaswami is indicating here for people ajnanis like us, what we have to remember. ನಾವೇನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು? ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಲ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು, ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ ಕರ್ಮ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿಯೇ ತೀರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ನೀವು ಜ್ಞಾನಾವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿರಲಿ, ಸಮಾಧಿ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿರಲಿ, ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿರಲಿ, ಇರದೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರಾಗಿರಲಿ, ಯಾರನ್ನೂ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕರ್ಮಗತಿ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕರ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಯಾರನ್ನೂ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅನುಭವಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕರ್ಮ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಮೊದಲೇ ಭಗವತ್ ನಿಯಮದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮೊದಲೇ ನಿರ್ಧಾರ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಈ ಶರೀರ, ಈ ಮನಸ್ಸು, ಈ ಅಹಂಕಾರ ಅನುಭವಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, how we have to remember that in this birth all the good and bad effects, the fruits of the previous karmas, which I don't know what I have done in the previous birth, I have to face it, I have to experience, I have to suffer. So that's how either you experience pleasure or you experience pain or suffering due to as the effect of the karmas we did in the last birth. Nobody can escape. Nobody can escape. So that's called prarabdha. The body-mind complex with the ego attached, it has to experience. Next, now he continues, Acharya. Sukadyanabhavo yavat tavat prarabdhamishyate phalodaya kriya purvo nishkriyo nahi kutrachit. He further expands, elaborates the point which he said earlier. Sukadyanabhavo yavat tavat prarabdhamishyate phalodaya kriya purve nishkriyo nahi kutrachit. ಈ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸುಖ ದುಃಖ ಇವುಗಳ ಅನುಭವ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಒಪ್ಪಲೇಬೇಕು. ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ, ಇದನ್ನು ಒಪ್ಪಲೇಬೇಕು. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸುಖ ಅಥವಾ ದುಃಖ, ಈ ಫಲಗಳಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಸುಖ ಮತ್ತು ದುಃಖ, ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೆಲವು ಕಾರಣಗಳಿರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಫಲ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಂದೆ ನಾವು ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ ಈ ಫಲ ಅನುಭವಿಸೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೇ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕರ್ಮ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಫಲ, ನಾನು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಕರ್ಮ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಫಲ. ಸೊ ಈ ನಾವು ಸುಖ ಮತ್ತು ದುಃಖ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ರಾಶಿಯ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ. ನಾವು ಹಿಂದೆ ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ರಾಶಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸೋ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಯೇ ಬರುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ಕರ್ಮ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕ ಹಾಗೆ ಫಲ. ಕರ್ಮವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಸೇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಸುಖಾದ್ಯನುಭವೋ ಯಾವತ್ ತಾವತ್ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧಮಿಷ್ಯತೆ ಫಲೋದಯ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪೂರ್ವೋ ನಿಷ್ಕ್ರಿಯೋ ನಹಿ ಕುತ್ರಚಿತ್. ಫಲೋದಯ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪೂರ್ವ ನಿಷ್ಕ್ರಿಯ ನಹಿ ಕುತ್ರಚಿತ್. So long as there is experience of pleasure and pain, so long as we experience in our day-to-day life till we die, pleasures, joy or suffering and pain, opposites, that means the prarabdha is there. So long as the body-mind complex experience, I experience means my body, mind together, this complex experiences, good and bad effects. That means prarabdha is there. Prarabdham, tavat prarabdham ishyate. Because every effect is a result of an action previously done, karma. Because every effect, every result we experience now in this birth is the result of an action, activity, or karma I have done in the previous birth. Whatever I experience, the effect now is a result of the karma I did earlier. Maybe in this birth itself or in the previous births, we don't know. So, without the karma, there is no effect. For the effect, a cause should be there. So, it is a cause and effect theory. Karma Siddhanta is very clear. If you do a karma, there is some result. The result will not be there if you don't do anything. It can be very superficially, this can be construed in our modern physics as one of the famous physical laws everyone knows about, the scientist. That is, action and reaction are equal and opposite. So that is nothing but boomerang karma theory. If there is an action, there is a reaction. So if there is a karma I perform, there is some result for that. It's logical. Even the science accept is quite logical, quite scientific. Nobody can escape from this logic. That is why law of karma is immutable. Nobody can escape the law of karma. The only thing, the effect of the law of karma is always invisible, and the person, you will not know why you are enjoying in this life, why so much pleasurable things are happening according to your will and wish. You will not know why crisis after crisis is befalling, why you are witnessing so much suffering, why you are witnessing so much pain. We don't know. But everything goes with a meticulous, according to the system of law of karma. So, as per the karma niyama siddhanta, as per the law of karma, now there is a famous vachana here. Karma niyamad prakara bahala mukhyavada ಒಂದು ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ? ನ ಭುಕ್ತಂ ಕ್ಷೀಯತೆ ಕರ್ಮ ಕಲ್ಪಕೋಟಿ ಶತೈರಪಿ ಅವಶ್ಯಂ ಅನುಭೋಕ್ತವ್ಯಂ ಕೃತಂ ಕರ್ಮ ಶುಭಾಶುಭಂ. ನ ಭುಕ್ತಂ ಕ್ಷೀಯತೆ ಕರ್ಮ ಕಲ್ಪಕೋಟಿ ಶತೈರಪಿ ಅವಶ್ಯಂ ಅನುಭೋಕ್ತವ್ಯಂ ಕೃತಂ ಕರ್ಮ ಶುಭಾಶುಭಂ. ಈ ಮಂತ್ರದ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮ ಫಲಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸದೆ ಶತಕೋಟಿ ಜನ್ಮಗಳು ದಾಟಿದರೂ ಸಹ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮ ಫಲಗಳನ್ನು ಅನುಭವಿಸದೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವು ತೀರ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೊರತು ಕರ್ಮಫಲ ಆ ಫಲ ಅನುಭವಿಸದೇನೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮಗತಿ ನಿಲ್ಲೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಶ್ಯಂ ಅನುಭೋಕ್ತವ್ಯಂ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಉಣ್ಣಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅವಶ್ಯಂ ಅನುಭೋಕ್ತವ್ಯಂ ಕೃತಂ ಕರ್ಮ ಶುಭಾಶುಭಂ. ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಶುಭ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಶುಭ ಕರ್ಮಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಇವತ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಾಳೆ ಈ ಜನ್ಮದಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಲ್ಲಾಗ್ಲಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನೂರಾರು ಜನ್ಮಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ ಶತಕೋಟಿ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಾಗ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ತಪ್ಪಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಈ ಮಂತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿ. So according to the law of karma, this mantra is so clear, self-explanatory. As per the law of karma, what is that? Na bhuktam kshiyate karma kalpakoti shatairapi. Na bhuktam kshiyate. So without experiencing the fruits of all the karmas I have done in the previous hundreds of births, these karma phalas will not vanish. The karma gati will not become extinct. We have to face the music. We have to experience the fruits of what the karmas we have done. Avashyam anubhoktavyam krutam karma shubhashubham. It says, Avashyam anubhoktavyam krutam karma shubhashubham. Rutam Shubhashubha Karmam Avashyam Anubhoktavyam. So, whatever we have done, good and bad things, good karmas and bad karma, in the previous birth, we have to, accept the results for that, rewards for that, punishments for that. They cannot vanish without either rewarding you or punishing you in this birth, or in the future, thousands and thousands of coming births. So, karma, the actions cannot simply vanish without yielding the fruits, without making us to experience the effect of what I have done. If I have done good things, I have to see the effect. Good things will happen to me. If I have done bad things will happen to me. They will come back to me. So karma is always boomeranging type. What I did will come back to me in one way or the other. Nobody can escape from this law of karma. That is what the Karma Siddhanta says. Karma niyamakke yaru horatalla. Whether we believe in Karma Siddhanta, law of karma, whether we believe or not, the law of karma is immutable. It is universal. It applies to each and every individual. Nobody can escape. That's the point. And then Acharya continues. Aham brahmeti vijnanat kalpakoti shatarjitam sanjitam vilayam yati prabodhat swapna karmavat. Now, with a simile, with an example, now he is explaining a very salient point. ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅಹಂ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮೇತಿ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಾತ್ ಕಲ್ಪಕೋಟಿ ಶತಾರ್ಜಿತಂ ಸಂಚಿತಂ ವಿಲಯಂ ಯಾತಿ ಪ್ರಬೋಧಾತ್ ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಕರ್ಮವತ್. ನಾನು ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಸ್ವರೂಪನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಈ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ನಿರ್ವಿಕಾರ ನಿರ್ವಿಶೇಷ ಆ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ವಸ್ತುವಿಗೂ ನನಗೂ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪನೇ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನನಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮಕ್ಕೂ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಭೇದ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮ ಏಕತ್ವ ಭಾವ. ಈ ಐಕ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯವಾದಾಗ, ನಾನು ಸ್ವತಃ ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪನೇ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಶರೀರಾಭಿಮಾನ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ನಾಶವಾದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ನೂರಾರು ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಿಂದ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ರಾಶಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಫಲ ಕೊಡದೇ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ರಾಶಿ, ಆ ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ತಾನಾಗಿ ನಾಶವಾಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತದೆ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯ ಆದ ನಂತರ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ? ನಾವು ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ, ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೋ ಅವುಗಳ ಫಲವನ್ನ ಎಚ್ಚರಗೊಂಡ ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸುವ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕನಸು. ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಫಲ ನಾನು ಎಚ್ಚೆತ್ತ ಮೇಲೆ ಅನುಭವಿಸಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಂಡಿದ್ದು ಅದೇನು ಅನುಭವ ಆದ್ರೂ ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಕೆಟ್ಟದ್ದು. ಎಚ್ಚೆತ್ತುಕೊಂಡ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕನಸಿನ ಪ್ರಭಾವ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಕನಸಿನ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ, ದೃಷ್ಟಾಂತ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಇದು ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಮಾತು. ಇದರ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಾತ್ಮ ಐಕ್ಯ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಂದ ನಂತರ, ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರವಾದ ನಂತರ, ಇದುವರೆಗೂ ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನ್ಮಗಳಿಂದ ಕೂಡಿ ರಾಶಿಯಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮದ ಮೂಟೆ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಕ್ಷಣ ಮಾತ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಶವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವ ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮದ ಫಲವನ್ನೂ ನಾವು ಅನುಭವಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಜನ್ಮವೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಮರುಹುಟ್ಟು ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ಪುನರ್ಜನ್ಮವೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವೇದಾಂತ ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ರಾಶಿ ತಾನಾಗಿ ನಾಶವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ, ಸುಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಜ್ಞಾನಾಗ್ನಿಯಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂಚಿತ ಕರ್ಮಗಳ ರಾಶಿ ತಾನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಭಸ್ಮವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಸೇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್, all the actions, good or bad, the example is taken. Sanjitam vilayam yati prabodhat swapna karmavat. All the good and bad actions I perform in my dream, do I get affected from them once I wake up? Do you get punishment or joy once you wake up? For example, Acharya is giving the example. Suppose in a dream, if you kill somebody, that is a real point at that time that you have killed someone, and you wake up with anxiety. Once you wake up, you know that you are on the bed. You know that it is only a dream. You know that only in the dream you killed somebody. So once you wake up, do you get the punishment as per the law for killing someone? Because everyone knows in the dream something happened. Nothing to do with you in this life, in the waking world. So nobody is bothered. Neither you are bothered once you wake up what you did. So Acharya says, Sanchitam vilayam yati prabodhat swapna karmavat. As just like the actions, good and bad actions, what we perform in the dream, they simply disappear upon waking up. So there is no question of any effect. There is no question of any karma phala once we wake up from the dream state. Just like that, all the accumulated sanchita karma, the baggage of karma we have carried from so many previous births, they all get destroyed, they disappear totally once realization dawns. Aham brahmeti vijnanat kalpakoti shatarjitam sanchitam vilayam yat prabodhat swapna karmavat. Aham brahmeti vijnanat. Once realization dawns in that I am that supreme Atma Supreme, I am that one. There is no difference between this Atma, Pratyagatma, and God, Ishvara, Parabrahma. We are one and the same. So when that experience, first hand, like a flash, direct experience is felt like a flash, and that awareness sets in, Aham Brahmeti Vijnana. So what happens? Once the realization dawns, Aham Brahma iti Vijnana. Once the realization dawns in that I am that Brahma Padartha only, I am that Sat Padartha only, I am that Chit Padartha only, I am that Ananda Padartha, I am Satchidananda Paripurna Parabrahma Vastu only. There is no question of this body-mind complex coming in between. No more these ubadis will travel. No more I identify with the body-mind complex. It is dead and gone. I am that everlasting, always radiating, self-radiating, self-shining, without birth and death, without decay and old age, without disease and anything, without any attachments, without ahankara, without mamakara. I am that supreme consciousness. I am that supreme Paramachaitan. I am that supreme Nirvikalpa, Nirvishesha, Parabrahma Vastu. I am that Brahman only. I am that Parabrahma Vastu only. Aham Brahmasmi. That is the direct experience. So once it dawns in, once my true nature is realized, what happens? Acharya says, all your sanchita karmas, the baggages carried from so many previous births, automatically they are destroyed. All sanchita karmas are destroyed automatically. So for a jnani, there is no more sanchita karma at all. That is why a jnani will not take another birth. See, the birth occurs because of some prarabdha to be experienced. If there is some karma shesha is there, if there is residue is there, then there is another birth. If all the residues are gone, accumulated karmas are gone, so there is no question of rebirth, because you are Brahma Padartha only. You are no more the body mind count. You are beyond the upadhi of the body. You have cut asunder this Maya. So, you remember, the Vedanta is very clear on this. Where is this invisible baggage of Sanchita Karma resides? Vedanta is very clear. As long as we are bound by Maya, Ishwariya potency, the potency of Lord, we are deeply engrossed in this body-mind complex, attachment to the body, upadhis. I am so and so. My ego is there, mind complex is there, buddhi is there, intellect is there, chitta is there. So the antakarana chatushtaya and the body, physical body, subtle body, all put together, it is completely under the influence of Maya. Maya affects or acts in two ways. The potency of Maya, earlier as explained in Viveka Chudamani, it has two potential forces by which it actually acts. This invisible Maya, God's potency, it has the Avarana Shakti and Vikshepa Shakti. Avarana Shakti means concealing power of the Maya. Vikshepa Shakti is delusory power, delusion power, illusory power of Maya. So there is a great illusion that we consider whole Jagat is real, world is real. That is illusion. But what is the primary point in Maya? Concealment, concealing the reality. Avarana. So the Avarana Shakti of Maya is a prime, important, potent force. It conceals our identity, true identity. So in this Avarana Shakti, all the Sanchita karmas are accumulated. The baggage of Sanchita karma, they are accumulated in this Avarana Shakti. This is what Vedanta says. All the accumulated karmas, we have to yet experience the fruits of it. Where they are present, invisibly, in the Avarana Shakti of the mind, at the individual level. We are bound by that. So, at the dawn of the jnana, what happens? Maya is cut, Avarana Shakti is cut. So, Sanchita, automatically, Sanchita karma, accumulated karmas, the baggage, the whole baggage is totally gone, discarded. So, that is how Acharya is very clear. And same example he continues, dream example in the next sloka, so that to make it very clear. Yat krutam swapna velayam punyam va papam ulbanam supto thitasya kim tat syat sargaya narakaya va. Yat krutam swapna velayam punyam va papam ulbanam supta uttithasya kim tat ಸ್ಯಾತ್ ಸ್ವರ್ಗಾಯ ನರಕಾಯವ. ಈ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಶ್ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿನಿತ್ಯ ಕಾಣ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನಾದರೂ ಪುಣ್ಯದ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಥವಾ ಪಾಪದ ಕರ್ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದರೆ ಅದರ ಫಲವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಎಚ್ಚೆತ್ತ ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವರ್ಗ ಅಥವಾ ನರಕಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವೇನಪ್ಪ. ಸ್ವಪ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ಕನಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದರ ಫಲ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತೀವ? ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಪ್ನದ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಬಹಳ ವಿಶದವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So in the same dream example, what is it, Acharya? Yat krutam swapna velayam punyam va papam ulbanam supta uttistasya kim tat syat sargaya narakaya va. Question mark. Acharya puts a question here. Whatever papa karmas and punya karmas, whatever good deeds, virtuous deeds, evil deeds we have done in our dream state. Everyone experiences varieties of dreams every night. Some may remember, some may not remember, but dreams do happen according to modern psychiatry scientists, according to the modern medical psychologists. Even Freud, even Carl Jung, they explain the same point. Dreams do happen. So whatever you have done, good things and bad things in the dream, will they yield good and bad effects after you wake up, so that you go to heaven and hell because what you did in the dream? So that is a question here, Acharya. Suppose you kill somebody, do you go to hell after you wake up? Because whatever is done, it is done in the dream state. You are on the bed only. Once you wake up, you know that you have not killed anyone. So that is how Acharya says. The point is, the dream example, once realization occurs, all the accumulated good and bad karmas in the form of sanchita karmas will vanish, because you have woken up to the reality. From the seemingly worldly sense of myself complex, body-mind complex, this mithya world, you have woken up to reality, your true nature. So everything will vanish. What? Sanchita karmas will vanish. So with the Guru Sankalpa, I am stopping here at the verse number 447 today. Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Hari Om Tat Sat. Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwara.
Dhanyavad, sir. This is a very interesting topic, because most devotees, most sadhaks have this question on the types of karma and how they come into effect. So the knowledge of sanchita and prarabdha and agami and further arabdha that you brought today. I was not aware of arabdha. I knew prarabdha, and prarabdha, once it starts, of course, it starts taking effect. We cannot stop it. But this is a very, very interesting topic and very important for all of us, because now the next question comes, okay, now how do I do a karma and not be attached? How do I get out of the cycle?
I have only said a little bit of karma siddhanta, not the essence completely, because here everything,
That's
please
true.
remind me next, before we start next session,
Yes, sir.
this question. I'll forget next week.
I will,
So
sir.
please remind me, beginning only, please,
Yes.
so that we'll take up in little bit detail.
Yes, sir.
Little bit in detail.
This is of a lot of interest to our viewers, because most of them, I know, have asked this question, asking,
I know.
What is prarabdha, what is sanchita, and what is
Anybody first time when he is introduced to Bhagavad Gita, this is a question a learned, a very intelligent person who is interested in philosophy, seriously, he will ask the same question. What is this prarabdha? How I can come out of this entanglement of karma siddhanta?
because there was another question,
how I should see the karma, because there is always for any karma there is a result. Correct?
How do I come out of that cycle? Because the people say,
Even if you do only good karmas, only good karmas will not yield you moksha.
Correct.
There is another birth again.
To
So
enjoy
how to get devoid of all these things?
yes.
That is the question, crux of the question for the last 5,000 years in the minds of all aspirants.
And
You see,
the
the
other
beginning
question
is
also is, all these avatars who come, including our own Guruji, for example, or Purna avatars like Bhagavan Sri Krishna or Bhagavan Rama, will they also accrue karmas because they are in human form and they do?
You are going too deep because they require a lot of insight. Avatara definition from the point of Vedanta is different, as most of the people have confused. Avatara is totally different concept, whereas a jnani is a totally different concept. A paripurna jnani in the Vedanta sense, a realized master, a Paramahamsa, is a totally different than Avatara. And to tell you shortly, a jnani, a Paramahamsa, a realized master, is higher than Avatara. Will you believe that if I say? He is higher than Avatara.
Oh, this is something I did.
This I have already touched in Viveka Chudamani, what Chandrasekhar Bharati Mahaswamigal has explained in one of the shlokas. Next time you please remind me.
Yes, sir.
Before we start.
Definitely.
Please note down.
I will.
Both cannot be explained one by one. Note down that, please.
Yes, sir. I will.
One by one we will take up.
I will remind you, sir. Thank you so much.
Hari Om. Hari Om.